I did it again. 1983 Honda ATC200E Big Red, second year for the Big Red. Last week I had a guy call me, guy I used to work with. He had gone to Nebraska. He had bought this old truck from a farmer, and the farmer said, "Here, I'm giving you this three-wheeler. You can have it." Well, he had no use for the three-wheeler. He already had a 250 Big Red, so he contacted me, and I went last night and got this one. It was a barn find, as he said, as he called it. Didn't really find it. The farmer gave it to him, but it has been sitting in a barn. It hasn't ran in years, hadn't been ridden, but it seems to have good compression when you pull the rope. Haven't checked anything else out on it. Now, fuel tank has been replaced, and I see we're going to need a brake lever. The rear brake hand lever is broken, so get one of those ordered. I'm gonna pull this thing off the trailer, pressure wash it, and kind of do an assessment and see what we think we're gonna need. So be back. All right, this seat appears to be the original seat cover. It's got a seam all around the top. It's stitched. It's multi-piece. It's not just one piece of vinyl. And look at this. You don't see this very often. Most of the time these get lost. Come on. Toolkit. It's still got the toolkit. We'll check that out later to see if it looks like they've been opened, but it's cleaning up pretty good. It was nasty. Looks like mice had made a nest in this thing. Let's get back to cleaning. All right, got the pressure washer after it, and it cleaned up pretty good. A couple of things I found when I pulled the seat. See, there's a small crack there and a crack here, which nothing I want to bring up. So this rack is leaning to the left, and you can see that fender. So the guy I got it from said the farmer told him that he thought it had been flipped by a grandkid or something. So I'm gonna have to straighten this rack up, and that'll lift that fender up. That's probably where that crack came from. So some hot staples and some plastic welding will fix that, along with this spot here. So all that is hidden by the seat. Like I said, it's got a replacement gas tank. I've already ordered a metal tank off of eBay that needs a little work, so we're gonna prep that tank when it comes in next week. Brake lever. This is the hand brake for the rear brakes. It's broken. Now, it doesn't want to budge. It doesn't surprise me. What does surprise me is that the front brake cable is not froze up. A lot of times these things get garbage in them. They'll freeze up. You can see it's moving the brake. Rear brake is fine. So those are brake cables that I don't have to replace. Again, the plastic, it's going to clean up really well. Repaint these wheels, get some degreaser on that engine, get it cleaned up better. There were evidence of mice everywhere on this thing, and check that out. I'm not even going to spray that out. I'm going to need to scoop that out before that's the rear trunk, or the trunk. It's only got one. Clean that out, and Next thing I'm gonna do is see if this thing will start. Well, this is where I'm at. So I shot a little starter fluid in there and pulled the rope a few times. I'm getting nothing. Tried hooking jumper cables straight to the starter and it's not agreeing with me. I'm probably going to have to pull that starter off and see if I can free it up. Good news is the key switch and the ignition switch, light switch, run and off, they're all working. When I put 12 volts to this old dead battery, I just got a clicking from the starter solenoid, which led me to taking all this off the side to get to the starter solenoid. I haven't even gotten into it yet because I'm too ADD. I keep getting distracted and start doing other things to it. Like using some Armor All wipes on that seat. That seat is in great condition. It's got a few little, maybe tiny pinholes or just pulls on it. But that's a good thing. I don't have to replace the seat cover because those are a pain. Let me flip this thing over. So this has got a metal seat pan. A lot of times what happens is the seat cover will get a tear in it. This foam will hold water and it'll rust this out. The last one I did with a metal pan, it was rusted an inch, half inch to an inch all the way around. Had to go in there and weld some sheet steel, put some teeth on there. You'll see this has metal teeth that hold that seat cover on. So yeah, this is the original seat cover. Let's check the toolkit. Oh, and by the way, I did just order a starter solenoid from Amazon. It should be here Sunday. Yeah, I don't think this thing has ever, yeah, I'm not gonna dump them out. Those have never been out of the pouch. In fact, I'm probably the first one that ever opened that toolkit holder. Anyway, this is where I'm at. Now that I got the fenders off, it is still nasty. So I will end up rolling it back out in the driveway and hitting this thing with a pressure washer again just to clean the frame, the chain cover, and everything else off. Pulling the rope seems like it's got good compression. I'm not sure if I'm getting a spark or not. So that may, it's kind of hard to pull on one side and hold the plug on the other and see if you're getting a spark or not. So we'll wait till tomorrow when I got some help and have somebody pulling the rope while I'm watching the spark plug. Because it did not fire when I hit it with starter fluid. So, but until next time, this budget build Big Red is on hold till I get a few more parts.